Right, let's come out of that. I'm not yet in the chat team, so bear with me. Right, I think I'm back. God, this has been heart-stopping stuff. Right, folks, thank you for rejoining me. Craig, don't worry, mate. By hook or crook, I'm covering your departure and also the mighty P. I don't know what happened there, but I think, because my hands are absolutely frozen, I took my gloves off probably about an hour ago, that I disturbed a lead and inadvertently caused something to press on the broadcast box and switch it off. Well, switch the broadcast off. It's my theory. I'm trying to swap leads over and you just weren't having it. Anyway. I'm back, Foxy. I'm back. I think that was a self-inflicted technical, trying to swap power leads over with cold hands. Anyway, just in time for the Aegean departure, unless my eyes deceive me. What a drama. Let's just rest up on United. We do have an aircraft on final approach. Let's see what we've got. We've got an inbound Ryanair from Barcelona. Let's have that. Welcome back to the show, amigos. Sorry about the unexpected interruption. We'll catch up in the chat in a minute. I just noticed a couple of things had stopped taking charge and were running down quite fast, and that's what triggered my intervention, swapping a couple of leads over onto a spare power bank, and somehow deactivated the broadcast on the encoder box. Don't know how that worked out. Shouldn't have been able to do that, but it did. Anyway, Pegasus, shortly to take us to Istanbul. Yeah, and that lufty got in okay, Rab, as well. Oh dear, so I won't name check everyone at this point. I just want to keep my eye on the kit, make sure that we are going to be able to hold what we've got. Shut that down. Farewell, Mighty P. Yeah, have a gym for me, Hammy. So, we've got an inbound, shortly to grace us. What have we got? Air France, that's pretty late, I'm thinking. Actually not that late. 12:05 it was due in. Winter timetable, of course, I've not quite recalibrated my brain around that. And 25 minutes later, thereabouts. Anyway, Air France, your next arrival. Yeah, Alibi, that's a good shout. Thanks on that one. Yeah, please do drop likes if you can, folks. We're starting from scratch, quite literally. I don't even know who Uncle Roger is, Jonathan, but yeah, it was nice of him to fill in. It all went to rat doo-doos. Alibi, I'm under no duress either. It's like I've been converted. I don't know. Perhaps we should go fund me some sort of Pegasus reversion therapy. I don't know if that's the right thing. Our first A220 of the show. Tell you what, I think I'm going to swap the mics over at this point. Might make sense to do that. Might be in a pickle here. Right, a couple of changes. Sorry you've got a sky shot there, I'm just fiddling with a couple of things on top of the camera. In fact, I'm going to change microphones as well while we're at it. That shouldn't be a problem while we're live. Just a case of swapping one for the other. So welcome back, anyone that's found their way back into the PSA tent. Apologies for the unexpected drama. Good afternoon, Laura Delahaye. Welcome to the show, Laura. I'm Mark as well, just in case we haven't said hi before. So Robert is down to the first radar tower. You've gone the wrong way then, my friend. You need to go, you need to be heading from the road, you'd be heading left, not right. I think you've gone right, unless I'm much mistaken. Deborah Speller had a cat video. See, YouTube, they've just got a bottomless Pandora's box of alternatives, haven't they? It never skips a beat. "35 likes are up, building towards our first 50. Oh, I still can't believe what's happened has happened. There you go. United have pushed and turned, ready for departure to Washington. Gordon Hunter is back in the show. Thanks for joining part 2, Gordon. There's a sentence I wasn't expecting to use today. Good afternoon, Polar Bear as well. So it looks pretty quiet on the arrivals front. Of course, you may well wonder, what's the plan? Well, Craig McLean departs for Agadir at 13:50, so that is pretty much our flight plan really for the remainder of the show. If we can eke it out juice wise, we're going to finish probably about 2 o'clock, give or take. Tell you what, I bet it's going to be a cold night tonight. Scottish Linda setting the scene perfectly. Baltic tonight, I've got to be honest. I'm inclined to agree. It's pretty much cloudless now anywhere you want to look. Pretty much. Good afternoon, newbie flies around Scotland. Welcome to the show. Yeah, Nick, back in time for the Ryanair. Well, I suppose you just missed United's Newark arrival in part 1 of the show. The one thing you can be fairly certain of is it's always going to be a Ryanair. Always going to be a Ryanair. Yeah, Deborah, it's this time of year, isn't it, when you start getting your heating to do a bit of something. That's when you find out if you've got any issues to sort out. We had ours serviced a couple of weeks back. I'm doing well, thanks, Laura. Hope you are. Doing well. A little bit stressed from the catastrophe that affected the end of the first show. We kind of went off air unexpectedly. But, you know, we're back up and running, and therefore all is good. It's always that horrible moment when you realise that something's crashed, and therefore your brain is thinking fast what it is and what you're going to do about it. I'll tell you what, bingo, bango, bongo, those little crows in the grass, let's zoom in on one. There must be like a sun trap or something. Let's get... They've certainly not been too much of a nuisance to the aviators today, which is obviously good news for everybody. Rab, it's like you're some kind of F1 driver having to get the car home with only 3 gears to play with. How many gears have you got, out of curiosity? I think like 20 speed or something. Yeah, you wouldn't think the birds here, well, I suppose it's every day for them, isn't it? They are not one bit bothered. Mind you, I nearly ran a rabbit over this morning on my way up here, and he or she weren't that much bothered either. You know, when they're at the side of the road and then they decide to scamper when you're virtually on them. Just timed it right. KLM also timing it right, entering the show. And 737, I'm going to say it's an 800. I don't think we've got a 700. I don't think we've got a 900, so I'm going to stick with the 800s. Right, United are just lining up. Going to treat us to our final concert of RB211 Mood Music. There we go. Loving that emoji spam from the Smiley Dolphin Collective. Rab H, Foxy B, Jonathan M McD, Yorkshire Biker, Polar Bear and Bingo Bango Bongo. Giving that dolphin a splash. Banana 1880, welcome to the show. that is a full face of sunshine there. Wait for it to come out of the trees. I can't even see the screen. I think we've got time. There we go. "22 gears on Rab's grid." Robert, you went that way, yeah?
I did.
The very first time I came here, that's exactly what I did. So as soon as I read that, I thought, that's Robert.
Pass, that's it. Anyway,
Pleased to meet you.
and you've got a good spot.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Inbound traffic from Ryanair. We have a 737 MAX 8200 from Rome. In fact, actually, it's virtually on me. So, Banana 1880 till 2 o'clock UK time. So what's that, about another hour and a half? We've got a friend that we're going to wave off. So where to rest the camera? KLM, all those smiley dolphin emojis, points to that being the place to go. And look, the sun agrees. Okay, where do we get to? Welcome back, Lady 757. Thinking about racing bikes and whatever, the first one I had, which I reckon would have been about 1977, 5-speed, back in the day. Well, yes, thank you, Jonathan McD. Yeah, folks, major help if you could hit the like button. We've started everything back from zero, and YouTube is unforgiving when you've messed up, as I have. Laura, delighted you're enjoying the show, really am. It's not always like this though, it's not always sunny and, well, cool and calm, so to speak, but yeah, it's fantastic to have you with us. Rab, I'm wanting to ask, were you in trouble a lot as a young one? My instincts say you were. But, you know, I'm throwing that one out there. You see, I always think I was a good kid, at least good at not getting caught for stuff, so from my mum and dad's point of view, I think they'd probably give me a 7 out of 10 on that side of things. Maybe it's even an 8, I don't know. Right, we've got an EasyJet inbound. I'm not quite sure from where, but we'll pick that one up in a minute. There's a load of spiders seem to be coming out of hiding. That sound was me blowing one off that was hanging off my glasses. I don't even know how it got there. Right, Craig McLean, I'm a bit behind on the messages. You are the centre window of the lounge. The whitest top. Right, let's see what we can do. See if we can find Craig, because I can't see anything at the minute. So I don't even know where the lounge is. So I'm just going to zoom it up and we're going to see if we can find anybody in a white top. Glare is fierce too. We might have to zoom up a bit more. Let's get in a bit more. Right, that's what's on max. So we're going to have a look for you, Craig. Although, I'm now thinking, what can you see? What plane are you near? Let's go in a bit closer there. Uh-oh, got a Logan Air on the roll. Wheels still on the deck, just. I think Craig is trying to manipulate a telescope situation. Ooh, that looks like, that might be somebody with a white top. No, that's just the way the glare played. You're going to have to give me something else to work with. Yeah, spiders, Laura. Seriously, I don't know where they're coming from. They're not worrying ones. They're not like the kind of ones that you don't want to touch. They're like bigger money spiders. $14.05 for Craig's flight. I think we're going to be okay juice-wise, although I might have to make another tactical intervention. But let's do it now. Last one didn't do great, did it? Alibi. I think I was due a few more than I got, but yeah. But I'm still going to give myself a 7 out of 10. Right, left hand Ryanair from me. So let's have a look in front of it. Well, I'll tell you what. I can see the one you mean, so it would have to be that one. That one. So it would have to be there on that basis. Let's zoom it up. Have you seen any of those little windows? Got no blinking chance. I think I'm beat there, Craig. Assuming I've got the right Ryanair. Can you give me something else to work with? Right, so we'll ride out British Airways, taking a fairly unurgent approach to departure. Clear track in front of it. We do have an aircraft on final approach, so let's see what that might be, if I can. Another British Airways. There's an inbound A321. Got to ask you, Craig, as well, back to if there's a window, if you give me a bit more of a guide on the window, but which side of the plane you're going to be sitting, mate? And have you got a window seat? Planes and trains, well, more trains than planes, but let's have a bit. Right, so British Airways also departing, beautifully synchronised, one in, one out, always room for one more. Linda Canties, good afternoon to you, Linda. Well, you're a bit late if you think about it, if you meant to come earlier, because I always say you're on time when you get here kind of thing, but you'll see from the title, part 2 wasn't intended. That's the reserved thumbnail I use when if I have to reboot or repower or whatever the hell, and we had a kind of outage that threw us out of the original show. So you're not late is what I'm telling you. Lovely to see you. Well, that one got up good and early. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Right, starboard side 17F. So starboard side, that's right hand side of the plane. So I'm just trying to transpose this. So you're going to see us as you come flashing past us, aren't you? That'll be that. Yeah, gotcha. When you come zooming past us. The 17, where's that going to be? Over the wing? Let's have a look. Yeah, over the wing. I've just seen your comment properly. Well, when that one's rolling, we are going to zoom in a bit more on it. So, see if we can catch your light at the window moment. So next departure is gonna be Ryanair to Valencia. Lined up, ready to go. We'll stay with British Airways for the minute. Oh, they're rolling. Fancy that. Chicken curry for Craig. Got to be honest, Craig, at this exact moment in time, that will go down well here. The sun ain't quite as hot as it felt half an hour ago. It's definitely turning down bit by bit. So at the other end of the track we do have a Ryanair just lining up for London Stansted. We'll stay with BA for the moment. So if all works to script, we're going to wave Craig off. That's now showing 2:05. I'm pretty sure the Qatar Dreamliner goes out at 2:05, so it could all be a finale finish. The trains moment. Trains without the planes. It's getting closer. So, next up is EasyJet from Reykjavik. Pretty sure that was one of our opening planes. Anyway, that's what's inbound. So there's our Qatar Dreamliner 9, nestled in amongst the urban architecture. I think this is Craig's plane. $14.20 for Qatar, in which case we'll call that one as we get a bit nearer. Certain practicalities will be at their V1 threshold. Okay, you might not be a Dreamliner finale. If I can, I will, but let's think about it when we're there. Still another hour to go, so. Ooh, ITA in at 2 o'clock. Bonus plane. I've yet to see that baby here at Edinburgh. I see a lot of pictures of it in the Facebook group. Wow, that is a surreally slow lander. Look at that. Beautiful. Ah, well done, our Italian friends. I'm all for early. Rab, that is definitely good news. Apologise for that clanking and so forth. That's just me packing the laptop back away, because whatever happens next, we are on. I only ever set up one reboot thumbnail and we've used it. So what we got? Ryanair from Dublin. That'll be your next plane. G Rucco, Golf Romeo Uniform Kilo Oscar. 15 and a bit years of age. Departed Dublin 44 minutes ago. That will be your next inbound action. If you've just joined the Part 2 show, welcome to Edinburgh Airport, or welcome back, depending on how you found us. I didn't realise, Rab, that ITA had stopped using Heathrow, to be honest. Have a great trip, Craig, and thank you so much for those gifted memberships, buddy. Fantastic support. Have a really good time. That's right, so the arrivals look to have gone a little bit quiet. Let's have a quick consultation with Flight Radar. Flight Radar concurs. It looks to me like the next inbound is going to be an ATR from Dublin during 3 minutes, according to Flight Radar. Gotta be honest, I reckon that might be 5 minutes myself, but we'll see. Nothing lined up for departure, so if you need refreshments, I reckon you can make the move real quick. Should it suit you need? Suit you need. Tell my face is probably a little bit too cold. Can't feel my cheeks moving. So, oh, thank you, Rob. So, apart from the ATR, we've got a Logan Air ERJ 145 coming our way. I wonder if that is the one that is just approaching Crossgates. Yeah, inbound from Bergen. With us in 4 minutes, ATR in 3. So, according to Flight Radar, they think the ATR is going to be in first. Don't know, Christine. He might not be in a position to send a postcard. He might be only allowed one call to the embassy or something if he upsets the authorities. Don't worry, Craig. We'll work on a GoFundMe to get you out if you get into doo-doo. So there's our go around Lufty. Sadly, we never got to see it land, although it was an unremarkable textbook landing when it did come in. But did offer up a surprising toga. Oh, Banana 1880 just left from where I was streaming. Person in the red jacket. Well, I'm sorry, Banana 1880. I think from the point the first stream dropped out to the second stream firing back up, I think it's kind of erased about 75% of my brain. What do you reckon though? Good plane spotting weather? It's not, as long as you're togged up, it ain't too bad, is it? Hammy's trying to get me into the breaching the sing zone. Oh, don't worry, Hammy. You don't need to get your coat, mate. Big smile at this end. So in terms of wind speeds, etc., well, I haven't got the numbers in front of me, but what can't speak can't lie. Where's the sock? I've lost the sock. There it is. Roughly that way on is where the sun is at the minute, so it's a little bit dazzling. But yeah, look, not up to much, is it? It really is. Considering what we had in the week, it really is a nice change of pace. So that ATR that we talked about is lined up, is on final approach. It still says 3 minutes on my flight radar, which, can I see it? Can I see it to the naked eye? Nah. Cloud is picking up now out towards the coast. No getting away from it. Let's just alter your view, see if I can share a bit of that perspective. So Pentland Hills still looks good over yonder. But as you go towards the sea, it's just that little bit cloudier. I can see the inbound ATR. I'm not going to leave you on that view for the minute. Let's see if we can find somebody playing golf. No. So it's like everyone's gone for the lunch at the airport, but Lufthansa have pushed and turned. So they will be shaking a leg for us in a minute. We'll wait for the ATR that's pretty much in our range now. Inbound from Dublin, having departed an hour ago. Just going to take the, sorry, what's going on there? Just swapping a lead around. Just try to make the power stretch out for Craig's departure. So there's your lufty. Logan Air next in from Bergen. Lofty on shot, an A320, 215 and a bit years of age. Shortly to set forth for the Mecca, plane spotting Mecca that is Frankfurt. So good afternoon and welcome as well to anyone that has recently joined us. If you didn't know already, I'm Mark. If you were with me earlier and you're back into part 2 of the show, thanks for going to the trouble of joining us again. Really appreciated. As we lurch into less familiar territory, we're normally done and dusted by now, but we will be on till around 2 o'clock. Definitely want Craig McLean's departure. I think that's just after 2, or expected to be so. But also we've got an ITA A320 in, and I've yet to see that at Edinburgh, so looking forward to that big time. And then somehow, if it's conceivable, we might get the Qatar Dreamliner departure, but if we do, it'll be a cut and dash as soon as that one's airborne. One thing at a time. At least we've got a plan. I don't know, Hammy. E is for Eddie. Storm Eddie. I think the next Met Office one, it would be for Bram, and I have no clue what gender of name Bram is. Bit of jousting there. Who's giving way to who? Or whom? Just looking down at my feet, the amount of mud I've churned up, I've just realised. Oh, Logan Air are on me. Literally. Crikey, that was pretty serene. Wow, that is a serene landing. Check the reg on that, see if it's the one I flew on back in August. GSAD-C. It was C. There. GSAD-I. Never mind. Okay, so we have some inbound action. You'll be pleased to know. What have we got though? I'm going to say it's going to be a Ryanair, but every time I click on the plane, it don't open. Tablet's having one. Belfast, inbound Ryanair, 737-800 from Belfast is going to be your next arrival. Lufthansa to Frankfurt, your next departure. As spammed by Leslie McIntosh, Bingo Bango Bongo, Yorkshire Biker and Rab H. Do you not watch Netflix, Rab? I thought you'd like Drive to Survive. Quite a bit of cycling content as well on Netflix. Right, Lufty, next to go. They're holding short at the minute. Pick them up in a moment. I'll leave that one. Start the journey to the front of the bus. Chippers! How goes it, Sam? Hope you're keeping well, mate. Ah, TNT, which is exactly what I'm after, Rab, so I can catch the cricket. Because I think the Ashes is, I'm certain, 100% certain, it's going to be with TNT. I didn't realise they were big in the cycling world as well. Ah, week off for Sam from next Sunday. Sam, I splashed out, got myself Air Force One. I think that's been delivered today, tomorrow. Somewhere in that window. Be nice if it's come today. Yeah, I'm with you, Linda Jane Love. You can nearly always find something, although I still like to pick up the odd DVD box set from time to time. You certainly struggle to find anything on terrestrial TV. Enjoy your lunch, Linda Canties. You can't miss lunch. You really can't. Ooh, nice, Sam. 787-10. luxury length. Loving that, mate. Bet you can't wait. So Ryanair, waiting for its moment. Just having a quick look, see what's on the inbound. It looks like we have a Jet 2 in jet2.com livery, inbound from Alicante, having departed 2 hours 43 minutes ago. As is more typical with Jet 2, it's a 737-800, but unexpectedly, it looks like Ryanair are making a bolt for it. Ooh, TNT have got the snooker as well. Sounds like I've not really heard of TNT until I started looking into where the cricket was going to be. Sounds like they've been busy bees. It's like KLM are boarding already. Right, inbound Jet 2, let's get on it. Good afternoon, Hans Olaf Mork. How are you doing, Hans? Member for 6 months. Alicante Airport is huge, he says. Been there. I've not. Don't think. They must still be doing enough with decent temperatures then, if people are still wanting to go. Deborah Speller, I remember those days as well. Also characterised by being my dad's remote control, because that seemed to be how it used to be. Turn the telly over. Oh God, kids today don't know they're born. Not really. But yeah, when Channel 4 became a thing, I remember thinking, wow, that's exciting. A fourth channel, there's bound to be some good stuff. Right, that's got to be an ATR I can see. Kind of looks ATR-ish. So it is Loganair inbound from Newquay. We watched it out, we're watching it back. Well, it appeared in part 1 of the show anyway. Let's go and find it now. So we are literally into the finale phase of the show. Still looking cloudier that way, isn't it? Yeah, snooker in black and white. Yeah, Linda. Pot black. If you remember that show, BBC Two, I think. To be fair, one of the first things I bought when I started work was a black and white portable, because in a house with one television, once your mum and dad are in, you never get what you want. So it was almost like, oh, I'll buy a TV, I'll watch what I want, when I want. But it was a black and white one. One of those with a big long aerial. Cost me the princely sum, if I've remembered correctly, of about 70 quid, something like that. Good afternoon, Alan Burden. Welcome to the show, Alan. Beautiful scene, is it not? Oh, I quite like Fantastic Max, Jonathan. But your point's a good one, no question. But I think for me, he's something a little bit outside of my usual prejudice against folks that I think are running away with everything all of the time. It's always nice for a bit of variety, but exactly that alibi. That's a true line, isn't it? For those of you watching in black and white, the pink wall is behind the blue. Oh dear. Yes, that was said, wasn't it? It was said, or words very similar to that. So it's weird. The daylight is just dropping off now. It's only what, 20 to 2. Right, the approach radar is looking relatively quiet. It looks like our next inbound is a Ryanair from Naples, due in 7 minutes' time. Anything coming from the north, I ask myself? I don't think there is, no. Yeah, I think sometimes, every now and again, you get a stunning talent that... when Lewis Hamilton first broke into Formula One, I really enjoyed watching Lewis Hamilton. But then when he started to get these stories about him interrupting a round of golf with friends to hang out with P Diddy and all that guff, true or not, I thought, feels a bit blingy for me. I'm not really into blingy sports stars. You want them to be focused on the task at hand, although sometimes if you win too much then you say it's got boring. I mean, going back to, I think Rab was saying in the chat, Steve Davis, he really was omnipotent for a period of time, wasn't he? Omnipotent. I suppose it's what they say though, every dog has its day. Although this 60-year-old dog is still waiting for his day. Bah wow. Samuel Taylor Ackroyd, good afternoon to you, buddy. Busy day today. What have you been up to? Working or doing something else? Rab H, it's Michael Schumacher, the most gifted of the modern era. Jim Clark back in the day. You see, I can't remember Jim Clark racing, and I've seen lots of footage of him, and yeah, obviously taken way before his time, as too many stars were in those days, and I think undoubtedly would have won more titles if he hadn't been taken prematurely. Schumacher, oh dear, yeah. I didn't like Schumacher at the beginning, and then I did. That's interesting, isn't it? I probably naturally sided with Damon Hill during that particular phase of things. But then you realise with Michael Schumacher just how deep he dug. And I love that. Love to see that in any sports star whatsoever. You've got to want it. Don't be worried about all the show busy bits and movie premieres. You know, show a bit of heart. Right, EasyJet, pushed and turned. I can see him. You're going to see him in a minute. I'm just going to find out where it's going. Make some kind of inquiry. Right, the plane I'm going to show you next is in fact off to Fuerteventura. That one. Tell you what, Craig McLean, don't be dallying, boarding that plane. We need it out. Quick sticks. Don't be faffing around. Ah, Chipaz doesn't like Verstappen. I don't know, Chipaz. Give him time. He's still a young bloke. Hammy's thrown an interesting one. Nigel Mansell. Did he only win one title or two? He should have won more, actually. And I always used to think he was very unlucky quite a bit. Back in the days when Formula One cars suffered a lot of technical issues and so forth. Right, so this A320 off to Fuerteventura. Somebody just looping around for final approach. I'm thinking almost certainly that'll be the Ryanair from Naples, which it is. Anybody else beating away? Let's have a look. Ryanair to Cornus. And Air France to Paris Charles de Gaulle are also showing a bit of interest. Hans Olaf Moore remembers Mark Webber. I think Mark Webber's an interesting one, isn't he? Underrated and probably pretty unlucky for a number of reasons, I think. Looks like the Ryanair to Cornus is pushing and turning. I thought that was Craig's plane, to be honest. Christine says, best looking driver, Senna. Yeah, I suppose if you're casting drivers as matinee idols, I think James Hunt was probably in there, was he not? As a photogenic, telegenic kind of driver. But yeah, there's a lot of drivers don't quite tick that box. Oh, nice one, Mark 176. The ITA is passing Carlisle. Can't get here soon enough for this old geezer. Enough said. I think James was a bit of a raver. I don't think they had ravers as such during his heyday, but so to speak. But yeah, proper playboy. But a very fast racing driver in the right car. So Ryanair from Naples is your next plane. Thanks, Rab. 14:05 for Craig's flight. So the ITA will get in before Craig gets out. That's okay. Might struggle for the Qatar. So I'm just going to take a couple of bits off the camera. Or am I actually? I thought I could make a couple of adjustments without disturbing very much. It might not actually be true. Do not adjust your set. Mark is just trying to slacken something off. Ooh, success. Oh. So this is the phase of the show where I start trying to unplug things to expedite a quick finish. Ooh, ooh, ooh. There you go, folks. Sorry, I was bashing it about a bit there, but got there in the end. EasyJet to Fuerteventura is your next departure. It's holding short for an ATR arrival. Feels like this plane's been knocking about for ages. So the inbound Logan Air is from Exeter. Ooh, 100 likes are up. Excellent. Thank you, team. Thanks, Alan Burdham, for breaking the news. Ooh. Snapped out of focus there. Jonathan McD, awesome support, my friend, awesome support. Thank you, mate. Who got it? Edinburgh Aviation. Welcome to the PSA Crew Lounge. KLM are on the push, as I will demonstrate. There you go. They were definitely doing more pushing than shoving. Next departure for us will be still that EasyJet to Fuerteventura. I can't believe it. In my head I've processed it as gone. It feels like it's been mooching about for a bit. Next inbound is an EasyJet A320 from London Luton. Ooh, Craig's flight is pinging. Nice one, Rab. Nice one. See if I can get busy with identifying it. Yep, got it. So let's have a think. Oh, that has got to be Craig's plane. As EasyJet finally gets to go to Fuerteventura. There's quite a few people down here, Samuel. I think because the ITA is due in around 2 o'clock and the weather is pretty benign, I think there's quite a few tripods and so forth I can see. So I think that's why there's more people here. Ooh, another gifty from Craig. Still spoiling us to the last. Another gifty that's landed with Andy D. Not Andy P, Andy D. It's going to get confusing, Andy P and Andy D, if we get Andy's C and B and so forth. Great to have you with us, Andy D, if you can hear this message. We're rolling. EasyJet are on the way to not Amarillo but Fuerteventura. You can indeed, Alibi. Oops. So let's find Craig's plane. So Craig is starboard side. Crikey, oops. 17F, just over the wing. I tell you what, wouldn't it be good if Craig's plane goes short, because it'll come round, line up pretty much near to us, and he'll be the right side. He'll be able to send us messages in Morse. Air France on the way out. Tell you what, it's getting a lot darker. So EasyJet from Paris Charles de Gaulle is the incomer. Air France to Paris Charles de Gaulle, the outgoer. Rob, we wouldn't have seen Craig boarding with whatever it was that was in front of it. I think they only board, did they only board that one from the front? Only Craig can tell us that. Would have been good to have got it if I could. So we've got an EasyJet holding short. And Craig on his way. There's a Ryanair at the other end of the track. Off to Cornus. We'll stay with Craig's plane for the minute, although we're just going to get the port side, aren't we? Bon voyage, buddy. Blue skies in Aberdeen. This is Linda. I think cloud now is thickening out here. I think we've had the best of the sunshine. Right, here's the Craig McLean Express off to Agadir. No, Agadir, Agadir. Please go out short. This is number 4 in the departure queue, mind you. The ITA can't be far away now, I'm thinking. So this is how it's going to roll. We're going to finish with Craig's plane. I'm not going to last out for the Dreamliner. I think that's a reach too far. Get out of here, Amy. I bet you got a tear in your eye, or eyes. Right, Smiley Dolphin time. KLM next to go, followed by Air France, followed by Craig McLean. There's a sentence I didn't think I'd need. No question, Alibi. The cloud is really starting to come in. It's only thin stuff your way on by the look of it, but looking to the west as well, there's a lot more of it. In fact, pretty much everywhere now. Still plenty of blue, has to be said, but the sun is behind the cloud, that's for sure. Ooh, nice one, Rab. ITA over the 4th. I can't see it yet, mate. Cloud being what it is, but I better get ready to record that one. Let's take some of the extra graphics off. Okay, Air France next. They should get out before the ITA's here. "10 miles out on the ITA. Yee, by gum. We'll check round, check we're not going to run out of anything. Ooh la la, indeed, Yorkshire biker. Yeah, I'm with you, Alibi. That livery looks exquisite on a 777. Do me a favour, Hammy. Go back to the fridge, do a shuttle for me. I'm not very exercised today. I don't think I moved more than a yard once I got here. Wow, that is a relaxed takeoff, no question. Right, here comes the ITA. Right, here's Craig's plane. Let's take the zoom off, so we ain't going to need that. We'll just let it close up. I'm going to say a massive thank you to our moderators team for today's show. We've seen everybody, haven't we, during the course of it? Rab H, Nell, Dopigor, Alibi, Les, Alexandra Wood. I think I've missed anybody. Au revoir, adios, Craig McLean. Safe trip. Thank you to everybody that has gifted during the course of the show. As always, I will get the... Sorry, I'm just slightly distracted by something there. The Wall of Champions out to give our extra thanks and acknowledgement. I'm not going to do the usual roll call today because I need to pat this down fast and deal with things that need to be dealt with. So I'm just going to leave it on there quickly. I think Andy P saw light on the door. Dopey Gorp 2, Rab. I couldn't see nothing. It went by too quick. Mysterio 29T, hello to you. We're going to finish on this one. Actually, let's do one more plane, but it has to be that. Can't be anything more. Got nothing left. Oh, hang on. I want to get the ITA. Hang on. I'll explain why in a minute. I want it for the thumbnail. I'm going to put a separate clip out for that baby. Let's have this. Forget the EasyJet. I'll let it bomb the shot. I wasn't sure if I get to see this particular one. I understand these guys are operating for EasyJet, which is a right bonus for us. So folks, sorry Dopical, I've switched again. We're finishing on an ITA. We're going to just stay with this as it taxis, then I'll cut the feed. It's a thing of beauty, so... Right everybody, thank you so much. As I say, we'll do the Wall of Champions with all the credits. Thank you particularly to people who took the time and effort to rejoin the show and catch us in part 2. It's just one of those pain in the backside things when you've caused your own outage simply by disturbing something, but that's the way it goes sometimes. So I'm just going to quickly look at the chat. I'm going to go bottom up in case there's anything I have missed. I don't think there is. Honestly folks, love you all to bits and look forward to seeing you. If we don't see you in between times next weekend, obviously I'll keep scanning the horizon. If the weather or a plane of particular interest kicks up, we'll revisit our plans, but if not, the default will be see you next Sunday. So in the meantime, stay safe, take care and have fun. This is Mark signing off from Edinburgh.